All righty. Good Monday morning. I am here a little earlier today because I just found out something. Evidently, Facebook does not allow. Oh, my goodness, I'm crooked. Facebook does not allow. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me today? Oh, it's my ponytail. It's pulling my shirt. Okay, there we go. Facebook does not allow group streaming anymore. So guess what? I got to be creative. So I think I fixed it. So everyone should be able to see Faith Cafe as well as my regular group. And I am on a little early because I wanted to make sure that it is there. So, what I am going to ask is that you please sign in and say good morning so that I will know that you are here, especially if you are on Measure of Faith. If you're on Measure of Faith, please let me know so that I can make sure that life is rolling well. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Alrighty. And again, if you are here, welcome, welcome. Good morning. It is now 6:30. Welcome to Faith Cafe, where we take a sip of God's grace and mercy as we walk through this thing called faith. My name is Renita D. Davis. I am your host. And good Monday morning. So let's do a check in. First of all, how is your first 45 going? Okay. Your first 45. If you guys remember, first 45 is in the morning. You get up and you refrain from com- uh, any type of social media. Don't get on your phone to try to see what's going on. You don't need to. Take that time to rest in God, meditate, read your word, go into prayer, prepare yourself for the day so that you can have a clear mind. Now, I have to tell you and be very transparent. I have been struggling with my first 45 within the last, I would say, oh gosh, probably about a week. And the reason I've been struggling is because I've added a couple of things to my plate and things are starting to come to an end, come to a head. So with that coming to a head, it's almost like I just have a whole lot of things on my plate. And because I have a whole lot of things on my plate, it's a little frustrating. Um but not in a bad way. It's time consuming. So in when you guys, when I say, be consistent, do your best. There is an understanding that you will fall to the wayside. But again, don't beat yourself up for it because you can always restart. And so that's the thing that I am really looking at doing right now is just catching up from I where I left off. All right. So, first 45, make sure that you get that going. Make sure that you do something for you and getting yourself grounded for the day. So, let's talk about some things. Let's see. Let's see. So, what's coming up? Last week, I spoke at the Winnetka Rotary. It was wonderful. So, again, I want to say thank you to all of those who came out, my crew, my cohorts. I love you all dearly and I appreciate the support. and the feedback, because that is the most important to me, outside of knowing that you care enough to take the time out of your day to come out and just kind of hang out with me. And I value the feedback because, again, I want to do things in excellence unto God. So if there's something that your expertise can be used to help me grow, I am always open for that. Now, the other thing that's coming up very, very, very soon, I'm going to enlarge this because this is just amazing. Let me see if I can enlarge it. It won't let me enlarge. Wait a minute. There we go. So, this right here, The Art of Womanhood, the anthology, it is coming out May the 8th. I believe that is a Wednesday because today's the 6th. So, yes, May the 8th. Gentlemen, ladies, everyone, you have got to be there for the launch. It is being launched May the 8th. I will definitely be posting the information and the link so people can actually participate. You will be able to purchase the anthology the day of the launch. You can get an ebook of the launch. So just make sure that you are there if you can be. I believe it starts at 1 o'clock. Uh, Angie, if you are on, let me know so you can tell me or verify with me. Let's see if you can verify. Okay. Well, she's not on yet. So anyway, but yes, please, please, please just know that the anthology will be launching this May the 8th. And I am looking forward to seeing as many people from my crew as possible. So, yes, 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 I am truly excited. The Art of Womanhood is coming your way. You will be able to download the ebook during the launch. So let's make this a bestseller. Get out there. Let's make this happen. All right. Okay. So let me get finished with that. Now, oh, that's so little. Looks little, doesn't it? Looks little. Anyway, there we go. All right. So, what are we going to talk about today? I think it is now 36, 37. So, I'm going to assume anybody who's going to be on is going to be here. I kind of tried to take some time to do that. So, oh, the other thing. Um, this is quarter 2. How are you doing? My entrepreneurs, my business people, uh, how are we doing for our quarter 2? What is it looking like? Are we getting ourselves together? Are we still making adjustments? Have we just stopped? What is going on with your business? Just know that this is still the planning purpose. You can keep going. Just keep going. Make the adjustments and execute. That's what I want you to do. Make the adjustments and execute. Like I said before, sometimes things need to slow down. So if you need to slow down, slow down. It is okay. It is okay to slow down. All right. Okay, let's get started. So today, I wanted to talk to you guys about being ready. And what do I mean by that? Well, Matthew 24:42 says this. It says, da, 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 da. Is it 24 or is it 54? Okay. I just messed up. Anyway, so it says, watch therefore, for ye know not what hour the Lord doth come. And what does that mean? That means to be vigilant. That means to be alert. That means not to be distracted. Okay. Don't be distracted, because when you become distracted, you are off your game. And the one thing that we have to realize is that we should always be on our game. Number one, we should we should not allow the circumstances of others to really cause us to be um just for us to not be. There we go. It is 24:42. Okay. So it is Matthew 24:42. So anyway, we've got to allow ourselves not to be distracted by those things that can cause us to lose sight of who we are and whose we are. And I'll tell you a couple of stories. Uh, I'll combine them in one. So this week, I had several opportunities or examples of this very thing. The first one, I was at a concert, and the concert was nice. It was a gospel concert, and I was in the Chicagoland area. However, I was not. There were several times within this thing I ran into encounters from people who were just really just not on their best behavior. Okay. Uh, One person, I had made a comment, and they said something a little snarky, but I just kind of overlook that piece. And so I could have responded back something snarky back, but it's not a big deal. But there was another situation where it was actually happening to someone that was standing next to me. And this person was having another discourse with someone behind her. Now, the person behind her was sitting down. This is a concert. We were standing up. This person who was sitting wanted the other person to move so that she could see. And I could perceive just by, I'm standing right there. I'm hearing the discord back and forth, and I'm realizing it's really starting to get the person sitting next to me upset. So I gently touched her on her elbows and I said, whispered in her ear, I said, you know what? You can stand closer to me. I'll move over. It's not a big deal. Let her see. If she needs to see, let her see. And the woman was like, it kind of, I think it took her off guard, um, because she was surprised that I, you know, did the buffer thing. And but I told her, I said, don't worry about it. I said, I can see. I've seen the people that are up there many times. I know what they look like. All I need to do is just hear. I'm good. I really am. So she was able to do that. The person was able to see, so on and so forth. No harm, no foul. It was done. The next time that something happened, um, this happened earlier before the concert. The day was just filled with all of these small distractions. And so the next time that was somewhere, I was still someplace else. I was actually at a funeral, and I was sitting on the end because I knew that I would be leaving early. Was not going to be able to stay. I stayed as long as I could. But while I was sitting there, my phone rang. So I left my bag in the seat. I left my bag there and I walked away and to answer the phone. I was out there not that long. At least I don't think I was there that long, probably about 2, 3, 4 minutes maybe. And I came back. In the process of me coming back, the whole row was completely filled. And my purse was there, but I couldn't find it. So I walked up And I asked, it was just like uh, those large fanny pack type bags, and it was sitting in the seat. And I asked about my purse. And so this person looked at me, with the dumb look, and they were sitting on my bag. And they pulled it up and they said, "Oh, is this yours?" And then the statement was made, "Oh, is this your seat?" And immediately, so many things rolled through my head. So many things. But, you know, this is the thing we have to realize. Sometimes when you're in the presence of fools, you can't do anything else but just let them do what they do, because it requires too much work. So I said, never mind. I said, don't even worry about it. I took my purse, didn't grab it. I took my purse from her, and I went and found another seat. And someone said to me, if you needed another seat, if you wanted to, you could have sat next to me. I said, I don't have time for foolishness. So I turned around. These were opportunities that, number one, I could have gotten really, really upset. And I have to tell you, I was kind of a little ticked off with the last one that I just said, because common sense was not there. And it just took me off guard. However, what I have to remember, and the reason I responded the way I responded, is because, like I said, I don't have time for foolishness. I've got to stay focused on what I'm doing. And so in my reading, watch ye therefore, you know not the day, what the hour the Lord comes. Now, if I would have done some of the things that probably was expected of me to do, the arguing, the fussing, the saying something nasty or whatever, um, and if God came right then and there at that moment, if the sky cracked open, the rapture started, I think I would have missed the boat. I don't have time for that. So I'm going to leave you right there. Not going to worry about it. There's plenty of seats. I bring this up because it's also kind of funny, because my pastor also spoke about uh, this very similar thing about us being ready, or us being so it was a confirmation to me to make sure that I'm in check. And of course, I never tell anybody what my messages are here. So this is not a copy of what he said. This was something that was that God laid on my heart. And so I just got confirmation upon confirmation about, yeah, this is what I need to say today. Um, so that's what I got. And we have to be, as believers, we have to be ready. We have to be ready and not be totally consumed by the crazy that goes on in life. So in my study, I came across Ecclesiastes 5:1 and 2. And this one, it kind of cracked me up, because it, and the reason it cracked me up, I thought about everything that happened this past week. And I found it very interesting that this is what it said. So let me give you this one. So Ecclesiastes 5th chapter, first verse says, "Keep thy foot when thou goest into the house of God, and be more ready." Let me fix that. Now, why is that not? I have a problem with this, guys, right? And be more ready. There we go. I have a problem with this. I like to give you guys everything that you're supposed to have. Okay, there we go. And be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. That tickled me because to me, this tells me right here. Um, when we go into the house of God, and even better than that, wherever we place our feet as believers, we need to be ready to hear the word, to hear God's voice, to tell us what we need to do, than to do the thing that our visceral response would be. And, than to give the sacrifice of fools, because that would have been the most foolish thing for me to do. First of all, it would have been embarrassing. It would have been totally inappropriate to sit here and have an argument about a seat, you know. So the fact that somebody would take the audacity to do that means that they are not even at the level that I should even be spending my time. Okay. As a believer, we have to be able to discern which and where we need to say and do. And most times we need to make sure that we do not be a part of the problem. We need to be always the solution. We need to always be the solution. And I know you're going to say, well, that means I always have to acquiesce. Yeah, sometimes you may. You may have to acquiesce. But always know, please don't be part of the problem. Be part of the solution. So when you get to that space where someone is doing something or the situation is really getting on, it's pressing on your last nerve, you have to remember we're the solution. We're not the problem. All right. And the second verse, it says, again, like I said, this cracked me up. It says, be not rash. You know what? Me and my typing in the morning is something. It says, be not rash with thy mouth. Lord Jesus. Hold on. Oh, Father. Okay, this is the last correction I'm going to do. There's another one in there, I just apologize. Anyway, it says, be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything, not anything, but anything before God. For God is in heaven, and thou upon the earth. Therefore, let thy words be few. Well, it says it right there. And remember, when it says, be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty. Those are your thoughts. Okay. So let me give you the Hebrew of this thing. So when it said guard your feet, first of all, that's where and how you walk. Okay. And the word for that is the Hebrew, uh, connection for the concordance. The number is 7272, right? And it is pronounced raglicha, okay? And it means to be able to endure your walk. We have to be able to endure. We have to, like I said, sometimes acquiesce about what we are going through. We are the solution. We are not the problem. All right. Um, and we need to be and we have to remember the distraction. um it distracts us from our assignment. So remember what your assignment is, remember what your purpose is, right? um and then the other word, like I said, mouth and heart. Heart is v libby, yes, v libby. The number is 408, and it just means your thoughts. So when you're talking about your heart, let your heart not be hasty to utter anything. Those are your thoughts. Don't let those thoughts start rolling, because what does it say about the thoughts? It says that we're supposed to cast down every evil imagination, every imagination that so easily besets us. All right. This would have been a besetting thing for me. Okay. Now, let's be transparent. Was I frustrated? I was a little irritated. I I was. And the reason it was more of an irritation, it was more of a disappointment because I am aware of who this person was. This wasn't like a total stranger. So I know what church they go to, and I know the supposed teaching that they should be of getting. So to see this behavior disappointed me. To see the behavior of the whole row, because there were people that were sitting there that knew I was there and they allowed this shenanigans to happen, that disappointed me. It disappointed me because you have just represented the church that you belong to in mass, and this is what you did. That to me is very disappointing. So, but people, we have to be the solution. We cannot be the problem. Okay. All right. So that's all I've got for you today. I have talked a little longer than I had expected. I have some things I have to do. Please remember the anthology, The Woman Art of Womanhood, will be launching this Wednesday, May the 8th, and I will send out any more postings or whatnot for it. Everyone should be able to get on to Faith Cafe, or sorry, yeah, Faith Cafe through Measure of Faith, and I will be sharing that when I get started. So I'll always come on maybe a little bit early so I can make sure I can do all those sharing things. Anyway, what else can I tell you? Again, thank you so much for your time. And remember, be ready. Be ready. We need to be ready in season and out of season. We need to be ready when distractions come. And we need to recognize that those distractions are just what they are. They are distractions to pull us off of our purpose. And we have to remember what our purpose is, because that's what it's about. We do not know when the Lord is coming back. And if we are caught up by a small distraction, I'm just going to ask you, how do you think that's going to be? You've been distracted, and all of a sudden, it's too late. That's just how quick it can be. So keep that in mind. Keep it in mind. Please subscribe to my social media platforms, and I will look forward to meeting with you again. So thank you for watching. And again, you are watching Faith Cafe, where we take a sip of God's grace and mercy as we walk through this thing we call faith. Thank you, and have a wonderful, wonderful Monday morning.